Hi everyone, here we are. Let me adjust my camera so I can talk to all of you at the same time. Hello, hello, hello. Happy to be here with you again. I'm gonna be live a lot in the coming weeks, which is exciting. I have some exciting news to share with all of you. Today is book club though. First, let me get started here. Today is book club. We are on chapter 4 in Yes, You Can Get Pregnant. So the last Thursday of every month, we do book club. We started with Yes, You Can Get Pregnant, and we are on chapter 4. So if you have a copy of your book, go and get it and open up to chapter 4, which is page 59. And we're going to dive into the chapter Becoming One with Nature. And for those of you that are like, oh, I don't need to listen to this one, you need to listen to this one. This is probably one of the most important pieces to the fertility process that is so overlooked and often missed. And I've had girls blatantly tell me like, oh, I didn't read that chapter. Doesn't apply to me. That's fascinating to me. The whole book applies. The whole book. Read the whole freaking book. But in other news, before I get into chapter 4, I want to tell you about another book that I have that is now officially available for pre-order. Yes, the Egg Quality Diet, a 100-day clinically proven diet to reduce inflammation, balance hormones, optimize egg quality, is now available for pre-order. It doesn't come out until June 13th, but you can go and pre-order the book. I have seen it available so far on Amazon in both Kindle and paperback is available. For some reason, they're not showing up on the same page. So if you want paperback, make sure you look and see that it's paperback. The other one, Kindle, we'll get them on the same page eventually, but for some reason, they're not showing up on the same page right now. But that's literally because the paperback just became available today for pre-order. The Kindle has been available. But we were waiting to announce this to you so that everything was there. There are some amazing pre-order gifts. So go over to amyRalph.com/EQ diet for egg quality diet, EQ diet gift. And you are going to see some amazing gifts that you get for pre-ordering the book. One is a 5-hour fertility retreat with yours truly, with some bonus videos. And then you're also going to get an exclusive invite to the virtual book launch party. So if you don't pre-order the book, you can't come to the party. And the party is going to be fun and snazzy, but it's also going to have a lot of fun surprises that I can't tell you about. I'm not allowed to tell you about, but there's going to be fun surprises. And I'm going to teach an egg quality diet masterclass at that book launch party. So if you want to know the ins and outs and how to get the most success out of this book, you want to be at that party. So you want to pre-order the book. So again, you can go to amyRalph.com/EQ diet gift, EQ diet gift, or go to our website and under books, you're going to see it there too. And then you can link out and pre-order it. Then you bring your pre-order information, you get your gifts. Amazing. Facebook, we just posted the link. Instagram, you can DM us if you get confused by the link, but EQ Diet Gift, that's what you get. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see it on Amazon. It's actually #1 in new releases right now. So if you joined my free fertility series, which is actually still up and running. So if you're like on the fence, like, do I really need this book? Do I really need another fertility diet? What is she really going to say that's different than what's in this book? Go watch the free fertility series. So it's amyRalph.com/fertility series. It's 5 videos. It's completely free. And I basically am showing you all the ways in which the Egg Quality Diet book is different than anything I've ever written or than anything that's out there when it comes to a fertility diet. No one else has talked about the things that I'm talking about because the research is brandy spanking new. But so go check out the free fertility series. And so for those of that did the free fertility series, you guys know about the book and had been privy to the pre-order information. So the book has been getting pre-ordered a lot. A couple hundred people have already pre-ordered. And it is #1 in new releases on fertility. And it's #3 on the bestseller list right now in fertility in the fertility category on Amazon. So get your copy, go pre-order it, but also don't miss out on that video series that I created, because there's a great information in there as well, and it's really going to set you up for success with the book and better understanding as to why I think this diet is the only fertility diet that should exist, because it is not just a blanket fertility diet. You actually figure out what your fertility diet is. That is the key to the egg quality diet. So anyway, check out the free video series, amyrupp.com/fertility series. Sign up for that. And then also, if you're just like, hell yeah, I'm in, then go pre-order the book and get the pre-order gifts, because they're amazing, amazing, amazing. And at some point, we're going to have to cap that virtual book launch party. So you want to get in ASAP. You don't want to miss out on the opportunity to that virtual masterclass, okay? And all the special goodies that are going to happen during that virtual launch party. So anyway, let's get back to this book, which is also on the bestseller list on Amazon, which, thank you very much, usually always is in about the top 10. My other book has bounced it down a little bit, but that's okay. So, chapter 4. And I think this is so important too, because another thing that I want to just be clear of with the egg quality diet book is, you know, it's only about diet. Once you hit kind of like your cruising speed, and it's a 15-week or 100-day diet, so at about like week 6 or 7, maybe 8, I start layering in additional things for you to do beyond diet that will help optimize your fertility. And so this, like having Yes You Can Get Pregnant in conjunction with the egg quality diet book, I still think is really important. There's going to be an incredible resources page that go on my website that goes with the egg quality diet book, and you can only get access to that page if you actually have the book. So I'll be linking out to the important things, but this chapter is so important to remember regardless of the diet you choose to follow. So this is all about becoming one with nature, right? And so in traditional Oriental medicine, which is the medicine that I practice, right, and have been practicing for almost 20 years, we have a philosophy that a body that is one with nature smoothly transitions through life stages with balance, health, and peace. So when I say a body that is one with nature, I don't mean that you have to pack up and move to the woods somewhere. Ha ha, LOL. The concept of becoming one with nature is more of a spiritual one, implying that a body that is in touch with nature is a body that is in touch with its own physical and emotional states. So like when I ask the question to a woman, how do you feel after eating X, Y, and Z? Oh, I don't know. Oh, you're constipated? Do you know what makes you constipated? How often do you poop? I'm not sure. What does your poop look like? I don't really know. I'll have to think about that. When you get those headaches, are they right before your period? I don't know. I'll have to think about that. That's not someone who's in touch with the nature of their body. I want you in touch with the nature of your body so you know how to best support your body. That is the key. That is the whole key to my book, Body Belief. It's about reconnecting to yourself. So that's what this chapter is really about. Reconnecting to the nature of your body, and then how are you living in harmony with the nature that surrounds you. That is the key. There's so many keys, but that is, it's such, like, I think that like at the basis, like the template, the framework, that is where it's at for optimal health, optimal vitality, optimal fertility. So yeah, and a body that has a sense of peace, knowing it is a larger part of the universe. It is a part of the larger universe. How many of you can raise your hand and say, I feel peace every day in my body and how I interact with nature? So I'm going to ask you some questions, because the questions on page 61 are really important that help me tune in to how, and help you tune in. How in touch are you with the nature of your body, of your life, of the universe? Do you have a stress-free life? Do you sleep enough? We're talking 7 to 8 hours every single night, getting to bed either at between 10 and 11. And wearing these guys' blue light glasses. Do you regularly eat nutrient-dense foods, such as farm-fresh eggs with the yolk or grass-fed animal liver? There's a lot of good research on liver and fertility. Check out the Egg Quality Diet book. Do you let your body rest on the first day of your period? Do you seek joy in your life on a daily basis? Or are you waiting for something to happen to bring you joy? Do you avoid eating frozen, cold, and or raw foods in the middle of winter? Or really at any time? Do you get outside and take in nature on a daily basis? So a lot of this is rooted in what we call in Chinese medicine living in accordance with the Tao, as in the Tao, as in the way of life, which is the Tao Te Ching. And in this chapter, I share a little conversation from a book that is thousands of years old. It's like one of the founding books of Chinese medicine called The Yellow Emperor's Classic. But what the Yellow Emperor says is, what Chibo, he's like the physician that it educates the Yellow Emperor on all things, the way of life, right? And so, again, this is like a several thousand-year-old text. And he says, I've heard that in the days of old, everyone lived to 100 without showing the usual signs of aging. In our time, people age prematurely, living only 50 years. Is this due to the environment, or is it because people have lost the correct way of life? In the past, people practiced the Tao, the way of life. They understood the principle of balance as represented by the transformations of the energies of the universe. They formulated exercises to promote energy flow, harmonize themselves with the universe. They ate a balanced diet at regular times, arose and retired at regular hours, avoided overstressing their bodies and their minds, refrained from overindulgences of all kind. They maintained well-being of body and mind. Thus, it is not surprising that they lived to the age of 100. These days, people have changed their life. They drink wine as though it were water, indulge excessively in destructive activities, drain their kidney essence, and deplete their qi, these are vital substances in Chinese medicine. They do not know the secret of conserving their energy and vitality. Seeking emotional excitement and momentary pleasures, people disregard the natural rhythm of the universe. They fail to regulate their lifestyle and diet and sleep improperly. So the takeaway here is, and then also this same book in a different chapter goes on to say, a woman will remain fertile until the age of 49 as long as she secures her essence and lives her life in harmony with nature. That's why this chapter in this book is so damn important. For you, living in the 21st century, remaining fertile way into your 40s has everything to do with living in balance with nature and preserving your essence. So I asked you those questions. If you answered no to any of them, you need a nature, a little rekindling with nature. So it's about tuning into your body, right? Reconnecting. And disconnecting too. I really think that disconnecting is all about reconnecting. So I was at a women's circle last night and we were talking about what do we think is blocking us from our truth. And, for me, there were a couple of things that come up, like my ego can get in the way, or comparison can get in the way, fear, time. I stress that I don't have enough time in the day to finish everything, right? So what the conclusion was for me, what I came to was, when I'm in touch with stillness, when I slow down, when I'm really present, which you guys really helped me with that. So I thank you so much for that, because that was what does my truth look like? And what I said was talking to you guys. When I do things like this, is really what connects me to my truth. And it's because I'm slow and I'm fully present and I can be with you. Another one is being with my child or my family, where I leave my phone and I completely disconnect and I'm really present. Being out in nature, I try to, if I go for a walk, I'll listen to something and maybe I'll talk to somebody. But when I go for a run, there's no music, there's no podcast. I am just in nature. I go out and garden, right? So it's being present. It's connecting to yourself and disconnecting from the chaos of the world. And we are living in a very, very chaotic time right now, and a lot of fear. And the news alone is disconnecting us from our true essence, our truth, our understanding of ourselves. And so tuning in to how you feel on a regular basis, and are you connected to you and your truth and your inner wisdom, or have you let society, your lifestyle, your busyness disconnect you. And so then I go in and I talk about the importance of, like I said, as an individual functioning in our modern society, there's so much we do without thinking, without being conscious or present. We just wake up, hop out of bed, rush to the shower, turn on the computer, check our email, go to bed watching TV. The average American watches, this is in 2015, the average American watches 34 hours of TV per week. I think I watch about 6 hours. With our phones next to us, and we look at our messages just before we're trying to sleep and immediately after we wake. Do you ever wonder how this constant interaction with electronics is affecting our health? The other thing too that we are not getting enough of, that especially when it comes to fertility we need, is a really important hormone that we really only get when we go outside: vitamin D. Vitamin D is not really a vitamin, it's a hormone for those of you that know it, and it's a steroid hormone. It's really, really, really important. There is great research showing ample vitamin D equals a good quality AMH. If your vitamin D is low and you increase it, guess what? Your AMH is going to go up. And all your hormones are going to balance. So I go into some studies. I talk about, in 2013, the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health compiled nearly a century of research surrounding the positive effects of human interaction with nature, and concluded interacting with nature may therefore be important not only for survival but also for quality of life. There is mounting empirical evidence that interacting with nature delivers a range of measurable human benefits, included positive effects on health, psychological well-being, cognitive ability, and social cohesion. So people with access to nearby natural settings found to be healthier overall than other individuals. So I just go on, and then I talk about, like, okay, are you living in the flow of nature? And so again, here are top 10 signs that your health is out of the flow with nature, and what it should feel like is when it is in touch. So 1, you wake up tired or groggy and you want to sleep more. You want to wake up feeling rested and energetic. 2, you get headaches on a regular basis from tension or fatigue. What you really want is no pain anywhere in your body. 3, you have bad PMS, cramping, bloating, acne, mood swings. What you're striving for: minor cramping, a little sign that your period's coming, no clots, no cramps. You're having difficulty conceiving. Obviously, you guys are here, and I think that falls into your category. You have digestive complaints such as gas, bloating, reflux, constipation, diarrhea. You should strive for having none of those. And the egg quality diet will help you get there. You experience anxiety or depression regularly. What to strive for: happiness, gratitude, optimism. You are easily frustrated and irritated. That can be me. So that's when I know I'm really out of touch. And I'm missing my truth, is when I get frustrated or irritable, is when I need to just go outside, take a walk, take 10 deep breaths, disconnect from all the devices, get out of Dodge, stop comparing myself to other people on Instagram. You have a poor sex drive is another sign that you're out of touch with nature. You have weak or brittle nails, thinning hair, or dry skin. You get colds easily with every change of the season. So those are all signs and symptoms that your body is not in touch with its own nature and with the nature of your universe. And this is a really interesting research study. There is some evidence that before the age of artificial lighting, birth control pills, and working indoors, women all ovulated in sync with the phases of the moon. So 10 things that you can start doing now to sync your body up with nature. Sleep 7 to 8 hours a night. Science shows that sleep affects fertility hormones such as FSH, AMH, LH, progesterone. Not only should you sleep 7 to 8 hours every night, but you should sleep in complete darkness. There should be no devices in your room. There should be no plugs running under your bed. Eat protein regularly, which again, the egg quality diet is really mapped out for optimal fertility hormones, macronutrients for optimal fertility based on current research. Achieve a fertile weight. So I really like to see a BMI around a 22, 23, 24, 25, somewhere in there, pretty healthy. Exercise 4 to 5 days each week. I have an entire video on the right exercise for fertility. You guys can find that on YouTube or on my IGTV lives. Get outside every single day for sunlight and fresh air. For optimal hormone balance and hypothalamus pituitary ovarian axis function, get 2 10-minute doses of unprotected sunlight with as much skin out as possible for 20 minutes a day between the hours of 10 to 2 or 11 to 1. High sun. You want high sun. That's a vitamin D. It's going to regulate your hormones. Vitamin D is also amazing for your immune system in the time of COVID craze. Like, we need the vitamin D. We need the nature. We also need our hands in the dirt. Growing a garden or fill your house with plants. We want natural greenery around us. It helps clean the air. It also boosts your mood. Science has shown that it reduces anxiety, depression. Turn off your electronics 1 hour before bed. And if you don't, like, so my husband and I, we get some of our downtime together. We always have our shows. I think everybody has their shows these days. So if we're watching closer to bedtime, we wear our blue light glasses. But we do always make sure that 20 minutes before bed, there are no devices whatsoever. There's no devices in our bedroom whatsoever. And we talk, we chat, we giggle, we have sex, whatever we do. But we have this thing now where we make up songs. It's kind of fun and sweet. Meditate. So for me, what I was talking about, what came up for me last night in this goddess circle was like, when I'm not connected to my truth, where is my journal's downstairs. I feel stressed. I feel a sense of time running out. I feel fear. I feel comparison. When I slow down and am present and am in stillness, guess what? I feel connected to my truth, and meditation brings me there. Exercise brings me there too. So meditation or chilling out, sitting and breathing. So I go over some meditation exercises in this chapter. Have hot sex. That's another way to stay in touch with nature. And keep your child's palace warm. This is so important, especially from a Chinese medicine perspective. If you are looking to optimize your fertility, you need to read the information on page 68 of this book. Don't sit too much on or too often on cold, wet floors or chairs. Don't walk around barefoot. Keep your feet warm. Wear socks. Do not swim during your period. Dry your hair after showering before going out. Try not to drink cold water or drinks or frozen food. Then I also go into different things you can do during different phases of the cycle. I particularly love this section, and again, so overlooked in this book. During the menstruation phase, it's more important that we reflect, rest, nourish. In the follicular phase, it's more about aspiration, moving, breathing. I have other tips in here too. The ovulation phase, it's about creation, laughter, receiving. Think about that. We're receiving the sperm to get pregnant. And during the luteal phase, it's about chilling out, preparing, right? We're preparing our nest, nibbling, eat foods that are orange or red, such as yams and beets, to help balance your body and your hormones during the luteal phase. And there you have it. So, chapter 4, getting in touch with nature. Yes, you can get pregnant. Next month for book club, it's going to be all about eating for optimal nutrition. And I'm going to talk about this book in comparison with my latest book that you can now pre-order, The Egg Quality Diet. And reminder, if you pre-order the book comes out June 13th, but you can get on the pre-order train ASAP today. Go to amyraup.com, look at the books, click on The Egg Quality Diet, and then go to amyraup.com/EQ Diet Gift and get your pre-order gifts, because there's an amazing 5-hour fertility retreat, some great bonus videos, and then you also get an invite to my virtual